Hello. So for those of you who like to keep up with labor strikes and workers' rights and stuff, the waste strike lasted 2 days. At Osport yesterday, there was a lot of the little vertical ones that like pass through. They were full. The youth were trying to jam their donor packaging in the garbage can that was already overflowing. And that's just like a fairly large house bin. Like, it's not intended to be the neighborhood collection. It's supposed to be, you know, like 100 people can toss a wrapper away or a cup or something. You know, it's a regular, you know, park trash bin. And they were already overflowing Monday and Tuesday. And then this morning I saw a bunch of TikToks where people were like, oh yeah, look at this. This is in Utrecht. And there's just sacks of garbage lining the street. And people in Amsterdam, Jordan, they were showing pictures of, or videos of just trash lining the streets and cats wandering around, looking around at it. Why are you locked? Side note, that door's still doing its locking thing. Anyways, yeah. And then I read on Twitter this morning, from Gemeente Amsterdam, that the strike is over. But I'm like, yeah, probably because one of the city council members walked out of their house this morning and was like, give them what they want. It just like, yeah, just had that like world police puppet barfing. Go comical with it in your mind's eye, yada yada, if you can deal with those things. I think I'm gonna walk. I'm trying to figure out whether I want to walk to the store or walk from the store. I probably should do both. But Aaron is sick today. It's not like he's blah, 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 you know, he's just like, his mind is clouded. And it'd be like if you just weren't feeling very well for your, you know, like for physical, like you couldn't, your stuff like that, you probably wouldn't want to go to a confined environment. And if you were feeling like muscle weak from like lingering flu, you wouldn't want to go to a physical labor job. Well, Aaron doesn't have to go into a workplace, and he doesn't need to do any physical labor. But when your mind, like he got on and did like solitaire this morning while he was eating breakfast and drinking coffee, because I told him, I was like, dude, I don't care if you nap later, but you need to keep the drugs in your system and eat and stuff. He's like, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. And he came out, it was like 8:50, and he like heated up his Krentabola and all that jazz. But then he was like playing his solitaire, keeping his mind, and he just like stopped. And I was like, did you actually hit a losing game? What? Huh? I'm like, oh yeah, I can see why you're not going to work today. Like, he spaced out solitaire. So, kind of hard to put in a day's work when you're spacing out on solitaire. Sorry, turned around. Fuck it, I'm gonna ride the bike. I was gonna walk, but then I was like, meh, I don't want to take that long. Like, everything today is just calm, but gray and ugh. That's all student housing right there. So I'm having actually kind of a weird adult issue. I haven't had any butter because I like to get the very specific butter in a very specific kind of case. Except I don't want ongezouten. Unsalted. I don't want that. regular salted butter. But the only salted they have over there is smearbar met rombutter. Like, smearbar means spreadable or smearable. But it makes me wonder if it's like, it feels like it might be margarine, because they're like, oh, smearbar out the cool cast, and I'm like, spreadable, oh, it feels like margarine. But it says rombutter on it. Rombutter is very, very protected here. So I just don't like the case that it's in. I know, and I feel like being super weird about the whole damn thing. It's not the right case, I can't have butter. No doubt that there is autism in this head. There's just also a lot of ADHD. All the boats over there reminded me yesterday when I was, well, reminded me of something yesterday, that I was waiting on the ferry to go over to the other side on the way to Osport, and one of the big boats went by, and I was just thinking that they all have like economical little cars on the back with cranes. And that, you know, if you kind of, you know, I kind of looked inside one of the boats that was closer to us, and it had like knickknacks in the little window of the section that was beneath the cockpit, the bridge. And I was like, people live on there, but it seems like it'd be a retirement thing or something. No. No, one of the boats went by, well, right before we were about to depart, and on the top of the bridge was a very young man, but man, standing on top with a broom, and he was scrubbing it. And like, I say young man because he could, but that's the thing, is like, it wasn't a child, but it definitely probably should have been in school. But it still just was weird overall, because like I said, he was just sweeping the top of the boat while it was in motion. And I just, swab the deck, me matey, or something like that. I don't know, it was weird. I wish I could have pulled out the camera, but then it could be like filming a minor or something, I don't know.